Hi guys, so this is day one of me trying a new hair growth vitamin supplement. This is what it looks like. It's called Goals Beauty Healthy Hair Vitamins, the advanced formula. You get 60 tablets, and so far the only thing that I've done is remove the exterior seal and the interior seal. So I'll go ahead and open it for you. Oh, these are what the pills look like. They're kind of big. I'm a little scared. I do have a slight problem swallowing pills. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. It does feel like it has a slight coating on the outside, so hopefully that helps them to be easier to swallow. But if you have difficulty swallowing pills, that is a consideration. I wish these were gel caps. Usually I don't have a problem swallowing pills this large if they come in gel cap form. These do not. So again, that's going to be interesting. But this is what they look like. So you can see kind of the size. The first thing I noticed when I removed the lid was the smell. It's quite pungent. I mean, literally as soon as I took off the bottle top, I immediately smelled it. It's quite strong. It's not horrible, but it's very noticeable. It's kind of very earthy, I would say, very pungently earthy. So I'm a little concerned about the size of the pills and the smell. It does recommend taking these with meals. So you take 2 tablets daily. It is preferably with meals. So that's what I'm going to do. But again, hopefully I won't have issues swallowing these or taking them on a consistent basis. But I'll come back after I've tried these for 30 days and let you know what I think about them. For those of you who have been following my channel and my blog, you know I've experienced a lot of hair breakage in the last year or two. I lost 6 inches of hair growth just in the last year. So yeah, I'm kind of starting from ground zero, and in the last week I actually cut off another inch and a half just because I was kind of frustrated with my hair and was just like, whatever, just gonna start from scratch. So yeah, I don't even know how long my hair is at this point. It is, I know, at least slightly past shoulder length, but I did have armpit length hair, so it's definitely not that long, I know for certain. So again, we'll see how these work out for me over the course of a month. Hopefully I get some really good hair growth from them. But I'll let you know my final impressions after I've tried it for 30 days. Or at least 4 weeks, 28 to 30 days. But I'll be back after I've used the product for that length of time. In the meantime, I'm going to do my initial measurements. That way you can have a starting point to see kind of where I started. Okay guys, so it's been about a month. I've been taking these vitamins for 29 days. And within that time frame, I was pretty consistent. I only missed taking the vitamins one day out of those 29 days. So on the whole, I did a pretty good job of remembering to take them. I think probably the main difficulty for me was the fact that I had to take these twice a day. And again, that isn't completely spelled on the bottle. It just says take a serving size 2 tablets. First, I think on day 1, because I was kind of confused about whether I should take it both tablets at once or two tablets, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I ended up emailing the manufacturer and asking them about the best way to take these, and they said for best results, take it once in the morning, once in the afternoon. So that's what I ended up doing. I wish it was a little bit more easily spelled out. Again, you do have to take these with meals. I was pretty concerned about the size of the tablets and the smell, but on the whole, the size of the tablets for the most part, I would say 90% of the time didn't bother me. I just had to make sure I had a little bit more water in my mouth than probably usual. There's probably once or twice where the pill kind of lingered in the back of my throat a little bit because I do have a slight difficulty swallowing pills. But as long as I had enough water in my mouth, then I was able to kind of swallow it a lot easier. And again, because of it lingering, I kind of taste the pill, which of course most vitamins, with multivitamins, etc., don't taste good. But again, that only happened once or twice. So for the most part, as long as I had plenty of water in my mouth, I was fine. Now in terms of the smell, I was really concerned initially when I opened the bottle. I was like, whoa, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take these. But the smell really only bothered me in terms of the actual opening and closing of the pill bottle itself. Apart from that, it really didn't have any effect on me. Like the actual taking of the vitamin itself, I couldn't really smell it. It was really only when I opened and closed the pill bottle. So, I mean, again, kind of a minor annoyance, but again, I think most multivitamins in general kind of have a certain smell. So it's not a huge issue, but it is an issue. If you're smell sensitive, that might bother you. So again, I'm fairly consistent, only miss one day while taking the vitamins. The size of the vitamins are quite large, but thankfully because of the coating, I was able to swallow them. And again, the smell of opening and closing the bottle was kind of annoying, but again, once I closed the bottle, I was fine. So basically, I just made sure I took out both tablets immediately and then closed the bottle, and then I was okay. Now, one very important thing I want to point out it took me kind of a while to discover this. I kind of discovered this about a week into taking these vitamins. I was having a hard time falling asleep, staying asleep. I was waking up 4 or 5 times a night. And at first I couldn't, the first 3 days I was like, what's going on? I know it's really hot here, maybe it's the heat, But the more I started thinking about it, the only thing I had changed in my regimen was taking these vitamins. So I turned the bottle over and started reading the ingredient list, and guess what I saw? MSM. Opti-MSM. Now, those of you who follow me on my blog, you know that I am highly sensitive to MSM. So as soon as I saw Opti-MSM, I was like, really? I was so disappointed. I wrote a huge blog post on the effects that MSM had on me. I mean, I got horrible side effects from taking MSM as a supplement itself. Now, this has a very small amount. This only has 250 milligrams, but I'm that sensitive to it. Even in small amounts, it still affects me, apparently. I learned after taking these. So the problem really is that there's 2 tablets and you have to take them twice a day. And what I realized is if I took it in the breakfast and forgot to take it at lunch, and then what I was doing was taking it in the evening if I forgot. And that's what was causing the sleeplessness. So what I did is made sure that I was stringent about take it in the morning at breakfast, take it with my lunch, don't take it in the evening. And I think that's how I ended up missing a day, was because I forgot to take it for lunch, and I was like, I'm not taking it in the evening because I don't want to have issues falling asleep. But other than that, I mean, I ended up putting a timer on my phone just to make sure that, have you taken your vitamins? Especially at lunchtime. In the morning, I was able to remember for the most part, but at lunchtime, sometimes I would forget, so I'll put a reminder on my phone to remind me to take my vitamin with my lunch, because you have to take it preferably with meals, it says. But again, I didn't have any other side effects apart from that. I didn't have any nausea, I didn't have any upset stomach, any other side effects. So really the only side effects I experienced were a direct result of the MSM itself. Once I remembered to take the vitamin in the morning and at lunch instead of in the evening, I was fine. So if you have a sensitivity to MSM like I do, even in small quantities like I do, make sure you do not take this in the evening. Take it with your breakfast, take it with your lunch, do not take it with your dinner. You'll thank me later. Okay. Had mixed reviews about this. It worked, but not consistently all over my hair. And again, I do have multiple hair textures, so I'm not sure if that played a part or not. I'm sure it probably did. But in my crown, I grew a full inch in my crown. In the front of my hair, I grew a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch, and then everywhere else on the left and the right side of my head, and in the back of my hair, no change whatsoever. So again, kind of mixed results. It worked, but not on all of my hair textures. It seemed to kind of work better on my looser hair textures in my crown and in front of my hair, where my kinkiest hair textures on the left and in the back. Again, I didn't really have any change. And again, I don't know if it's just my particular head of hair or if the fact that I have 3 different hair textures, it just wasn't able to work with. But it did work, it just not on my entire head of hair. So on the whole, I'm kind of on the fence. It worked, but just okay. I had really great growth in my crown, pretty great growth in the front of my hair, but no growth anywhere else. Now the back of my hair is a little bit stubborn. That's the most stubborn area of my head of hair to get to grow. So again, it might just be my particular head of hair, but I'm not sure how big of a role that actually played a part in. They also have a hair oil that I'm going to be trying for the next month to see if that makes a better difference. I think my hair tends to do better with hair growth oils or pomades and things like that as opposed to vitamins. So we'll see if that makes a difference, but I'll be doing that for the next month, and then I'll come back and let you know what I think about that.